Hi guys. We're going to talk about the Dougherty Dozen today. It's been a little while since I've covered them, and it's kind of the same old stuff with Alicia, blowing money like it's her job, because it kind of is, exploiting her kids, filling them full of gumdrops and candy canes the whole way through. But there's been some recent stuff happening with them, and one of the things is that something that I thought was initially just a rumor that was going around, because rumors spread very easily, especially in social media, within anti communities and stuff. Sometimes there's just a rumor that sounds crazy, it spreads, and it was a rumor all along. But recently, it was uncovered that Josh and Alicia Dougherty had to take out a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit, against their residence in New York. And this was allegedly used to pay off a tax issue that they had. They owed taxes. So they had to do this, and I ended up looking at it for myself because I wanted to fact check it and see what was going on. The part to me that is really embarrassing out of all of this is not the fact that she's continuing to spend money and doing Christmas in July and, let's do a Christmas tree birthday party and all this. That's not the interesting part. The really interesting and equally as embarrassing part to me is that they paid off their mortgage. When you look at these records on their county website, it comes up in a list like this. You can see the most recent one showing the HELOC. And then if you look a few lines down, you'll see that their mortgage was paid off in 2020. Imagine being so bad with money that you were literally sitting in a house that you had paid off. You bought a house, and just a couple of years later, you were put in a financial position where you were able to pay that house off. And then, a couple years later, you have to take out a HELOC to pay taxes, and now you have another mortgage on your house when it was paid off. Now, as far as the timeline goes, you can see that they obviously paid their house off when things initially really took off for them on social media, especially on TikTok, YouTube. They were put in that position where they could pay this house off, and I could only imagine the conversations that were happening in that house leading up to their only answer being, we have to take out this other loan. I can only imagine the conversations, the amount of heated conversations that were probably happening, because let's be honest, Alicia Dougherty's husband, while he's not constantly involved in content, he is a resident of that house, and he sees all of the crap that goes in to fill that garage and fill those kids' bedrooms and the TVs and the games and the new furniture and the food. Oh, and by the way, they got a bunny. Banana the bunny. Save Banana the bunny, for Christ's sake, because we know that Alicia knows nothing about taking care of animals. She's got this bunny in a hutch in the garage. Y'all know how I feel about buying pets as gifts for kids. I don't like it, but her history shows everything as far as why anybody would be concerned as to her buying this bunny and putting it in the garage. But my point of mentioning that is just that even though Josh isn't always in the vlogs, he's very aware of Alicia and this insane shopping habit that she has. It's constant blowing money. It's literally like a daily thing. I swear if this woman had to stay in her house for 48 hours and wasn't allowed to leave to go spend money, I think that she would literally just like deflate and not know how to exist. Just wanted to put this out there because initially I did think it might have been a rumor, but it is in fact true. And it's very sad. It's sad for these kids that have been shown this unhealthy shopping habit and all the money that's being made because their mother is exploiting them is being blown faster than they can grow up. So they're going to become adults and not have access to anything. If you have to take out a mortgage in order to satisfy your taxes, that tells me that number one, you obviously weren't saving anything. And number two, you are very desperate. These are desperate times. We've seen the decline of Alicia and her views and her subscribers staying interested in her rinse and repeat content. I looked at her channel. You know, she struggles to get a solid 50,000 views on videos. There was a video from July 1st where it got 100, I think 100 and just shy of 150K. And that's been 6-7 weeks ago. Not that anyone watching this video needs a lesson at all, but allow this to be a reminder that these people that are putting out content online and making things look like confetti and cupcakes and rainbows and look at all the stuff that I'm doing for my kids, the reality could be something like what Alicia and Josh are going through right now. And I guess my question for her would be, is all of it worth it? Is all that junk that you have in your house worth what you're having to go through right now? Because I don't think that any of that materialistic garbage could be worth the pile of shit that you're sitting in right now. And as always, I feel for the kids. You know, it's these kids who have their whole lives put out on social media and they're gifted with toys, a pet bunny, a puppy, a bike, a mini fridge full of hot tamales. But there's not going to be anything when these kids get older, and that sucks. So either way, the quick decline of the Dougherty Dozen continues. And yeah, that's what's going on. So drop your thoughts down below. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.